Hi, I'm here with Al Tubbergen with PLG Planning, and Al is the author and driving force behind some pretty advanced thinking in retirement, and it has to do with the fact that retirement is not just about money. As a matter of fact, money is only one of the things, and they've in fact identified 6 things that determine whether or not you have a great retirement. And Al's research has been, I think, very important in this. And they've developed some tools that can really help you make sure that you get the retirement that you deserve and that you've earned. And it's not all about money, because if it's just about money, it's very flat. I think, Al, you said one-dimensional. Al, thanks for being with us.
Hey, thanks, Don. I appreciate you having me.
Al, talk to me about, and you're the author of all this. Talk to me about how you figured out the research you did and how you figured out all the the dimensions, because I think it's pretty interesting that you had, I would have said 2 or 3 things that matter, but you came up with 6 things that determine whether or not a retirement is successful and fulfilling. Talk to me about that.
Well, again, Don, Yogi Berra, I love Yogi Berra. He once says, if you don't know where you're going, you might end up someplace else. Right? Pretty funny.
Of course,
anyway,
yeah.
He kind of lays that out, but that's true for so many people when they go into retirement. They kind of look at it from a money standpoint, and money's important, but it's only a tool. What that money will do for you is what's most important. And that's why we talk about at PLG Planning, protect, live, and give. That's really what life is about. You want to protect your family. You want to protect what you have as far as your assets. You want to protect what you have as far as your emotional security, because that allows you to live a fulfilling life. And that's what we really want to do. We want to really live a fulfilling life. And that's different for everybody, but there's really some core components that are universal for everybody. And that's what we put together in a guide, because that guide will allow you to identify those things that you want to protect. We'll identify the ways you want to live, and we'll also identify the ways that you want to give, because we understand that it's not just about us. It's not just about the people really close to us. Sometimes it's about people outside of us a little bit, right? We want to make the world a better place. We want to make our community a better place. So we look to protect, we look to live, and we look to give. And this guide provides you that opportunity to look at those ways in which I can protect, live, and give, and utilize those core principles that we've identified through our research.
And I've heard, and to your point, that folks who retire without a sort of a goal and without a plan and without a purpose, their life expectancy is something ridiculous, like 18 months. It's just like you shut off, and human beings are driven to have goals and have purpose. And it sounds to me like what you're doing is allowing people to craft that, to really articulate that well to themselves, maybe more than anybody else, and then to make sure that all the things that they're doing are in a symphony moving towards that. And all the, as you've said in the past, all the oars are pulling in the same direction, and they're getting there as quickly as possible.
Absolutely, because if you do not have those goals, first of all, if you don't have purpose, it can be lonely. And we realize that. So you need to have a purpose, because if you all of a sudden you quit what you've been doing for the last 10, 20, 30, 40 years, and all of a sudden you don't do that the next day, you go, whoa, I have somebody that I know, they got laid off from their job 6 months before they're going to retire, and they were fine financially, but emotionally they go, I don't know what to do. I feel like I just got kicked in the teeth. So that's one thing that we talk about, is that you got to have a bigger purpose, a bigger goal. And that's a lot of times that's an internal conversation that you may have with us, but you may have it just internally with you, your family, those that you love. And we give you that side in that guide, a way in which to have that conversation and to be able to protect what's important to you, to live the lifestyle, and then to give to those around you, and to build really a fulfilling life and a fulfilling legacy.
And what you've told me is that these guides are a free gift to anyone who wants to come in and sit down and start crafting their their life plan, their what their goals are, how they want to live, that type of thing. And I think that's fantastic. How can they get a hold of you, and how can they set that up so they can take it, that people can take advantage of this?
Yeah, it's really simple, Don. We have this guide that we provide. And if you just want to give me a call, you can give me a call and you can request that guide. I'll get it out to you right away so you can immediately start working on it.
What number can they reach you at?
The best number to reach me at is 855-745-3040. My direct line is extension 801. So just give me a call to say, hey, if you get my voicemail, just leave me a message. Hey, Al, I want that guide. Here's my number.
Right.
Provide me your information. I'll shoot it out to you.
That's incredibly, and I have to tell you that, of all the people I think of people like my father, who's 87, still has purpose in life. Has 2 or 3 purposes. Is still actively involved. Still goes to work because he needed that purpose so bad. But he also involved in many other things. And I don't know, at 87 years old, he's still sharp as tack, still running full speed, still as happy as he can be, involved in his church and other things. He has, and I think it speaks to exactly the things you're offering people. I see so few people in retirement really having that kind of fulfillment. And I think that that's amazing, and it will make better communities.
It does make a better community. It makes it better for better families and just a more fulfilled spirit.
Exactly. All right. Al, thanks again.
Thanks, Don. Appreciate it.